We like sandwiches here. We like making sandwiches. We like eating sandwiches. Today we are going to do a fish sandwich, walleye in this case. We'll talk a little bit more about the choice of fish, but before we get started, a brief little tangent. We're going to go on a little tangent, not too far. Most of the people who are watching at this point with a subscriber base of under 100 are mostly friends and family. So many of you know the stretch I had in dealing with cancer, stage 3 cancer a couple years ago. And one of the things that came out of that was my love for fish. And it really was one of the very few foods that I could tolerate when going through chemotherapy and things like that. And I have been blessed to have some people in my circle of influence, if you will, that are good fishers and fishers of men. For those who have ears can understand what I'm talking about. And this walleye is fresh caught up here in the lakes of Minnesota. So this is a particular treat for the channel. Thank you to the fishermen and the fisher of men who supplied this. They know who they are, good friends of both my family and the channel. So let's get into it. So as I mentioned, we have walleye, but there are several different types of fish that'll work here. I think you have your most success with cod, halibut, perch, walleye, in that vein of the flakier white fish. So typically not salmon. We've tried it with tilapia, not my favorite. So we got walleye here. Now, the first thing that a little bit different, you can do, breading can come in a lot of varieties. We've already tried it with chicken fingers. We know we're not going to do Captain Crunch on such a good piece of meat like fresh caught walleye. But crackers work, panko crumbs work. We're going to try pecans today as we do the breading for this. So food processor is set up. We're just going to cut open the pecans. I'm going to slide around the end here, give my cameraman something to do. And we'll get the pecans loaded up. I don't know how many. I mean, we're only making 2 fish fillets. We can always grind up more. If you're making a whole bunch, you're probably, somewhere between a cup or 2, depending on how much breading you like on your fish. But you just decide how much you want on there. I don't need to tell you everything. No, I do. But with breading, I'm not really sure. Just crumble up enough for the number of fillets you have. So we'll just pulse this a few times. I'm trying not to get it into a powder. I'm off that camera. I'm trying not to get it into a powder, but just kind of I'm going to guess that was 12 pulses. I'll probably go back and count and double check the number of counts there. So I'll come back around here, and we got kind of a nice grind here on the pecans. So that's going to be more than enough for 2 fillets. So I would say, a cup and a half for maybe 4 or so fillets, maybe a little bit even less. So a couple eggs, and we're doing a simple batter. There's a lot of different ways to bread. I try to keep things simple. So 2 eggs in this bowl, and we will beat it up good. As we're doing that, we'll start getting the pan warmed up. Medium to medium-high heat, depending on your cooking surface. So the eggs are ready. I'm going to slide this out of the way until we get ready to build our sandwich. So with the fillets, right, we go into the egg. And you could season your fish. We do it a lot of different ways. The rustic rub we used on the McRib sandwich, we find is good on fish. I'll link to that video so you can see the description of that rub recipe. But also just salt and pepper works fine. So we coat the fish really good in the pecans. Then I'm going to come back in a little double dip. on the fish and really get those pecans on there. Probably could add a bigger bowl, makes a little bit of a mess, but that's fine. We'll let that rest in there while we get the second one ready. Into the egg. Okay. Get this one out. That should be good and crunchy. And I will wipe my hands off, or wash them off. The pan is nice and hot. Your favorite oil of choice, we do avocado. And fish, especially these finer fishes like halibut, cod, walleye, are going to cook pretty quick. So this is not going to be a drop it in and forget you got something going on. Okay. Turn that up just a little bit. And plate number 2. All right. So let's get the mess out of the way. The fish is cooking. We got the table cleared up a little bit now. For our sauce, we call it here in the channel the food lube. That helps it go down. We're going to make up our own, I guess you would call it a bit of a tartar sauce. And you can use, dill pickles in here. You can use your favorite sweet relish. We prefer the taste of dill when doing it with the fish. So, a little bit of mayo, our dill relish, okay, and we're just going to give that a good mix. Okay, a little dash of lemon juice. Not too much. Now for seasoning, if you see, sometimes this is good enough, right? You're going to taste it. You're going to make adjustments to fit your palate. You can put cayenne pepper in here, hot sauce. But with the fish, we still want to taste the fish. We want the fish to be a big part of what we're doing here. Let me flip the fillets. Looking right. Nice char and crust down there. Alright, so that fish will continue to cook. We're just going to do a little salt and pepper into here, keeping it simple. Pinch of salt and some fresh ground pepper. Quick taste. That's money. Alright, so sauce is ready. So we're going to put cheese on the fish, and feel free to top your fish any way you want, right? It can be lettuce and onions. It can be tomato. You might just do the tartar sauce and eat it with your favorite veg. You don't need to be piling on the sandwich really any way you want. We're going to do pepper jack cheese. We like the taste of that. Cheddar cheese works good. So this will be the fish sandwich, the pepper jack, and the sauce. And I think that's the way we like it. So that's where we're going to go. So we're getting close to the end. We're going to layer on the cheese. All right. So we just have a few more minutes and the fish sandwich will be ready to build. All right, we turned the pan off. We are ready. We would say probably 3 to 4 minutes, again, depending on your cook surface and how hot. Fish cooks through pretty quickly, even with that coating on there. So 3 to 4 minutes on each side, pretty good. We will plate these up. Very nice. Let's do a little bit of the sauce on the top. That is a big fish sandwich. And we'll give it a cut for our social media pictures. All right, let's do our cross cut. Good crunch there on the pecans. Fish looks perfect, nice white, flaky. Give the other one a cross cut. There we go. Pecan crusted fish sandwich, egg, your choice of breading, Ritz crackers, panko crumbs, heck, even flour works to do that. Fried on a pan. We're sitting here right on top of the countertop with an induction cooker, and mayo and relish, and then your seasonings to taste. So let's give this one the official taste test seal of approval. Here we go. It's a near religious experience for me when I have a good piece of fish or a fish sandwich. You would also decide on what to do with the texture of the breading. Now the pecan works good. We left it a little bit coarser, so you get some of that texture when you bite into it. Certainly very crunchy. You could also make it a little bit finer, but an absolute killer of a fish sandwich, simple to make. We're having fun here. Thanks for hanging out. Until next time, God bless.